Hey team, welcome back to the PM Garage. I'm out here for another maintenance video. Today we're going to do some maintenance on this Husqvarna lawnmower with a Honda GCV 160 engine. So this is a mower that I've had for many years. I think I got it in 2009 when I moved into my first house. My parents gave it to me. It's been a great mower, but at this point now we have moved to a bigger property. And I have decided that I'm going to part with this mower because I now have a lawn tractor. And pro tip, if you have a lawn, make sure that you can do everything with a lawn tractor and your string trimmer. So I'm going to do maintenance on this mower. It hasn't ran in almost 2 years. We are going to give it to my wife's cousin because he just bought a brand new house, and we're going to pass on the good mower so he can take care of his lawn and get some more years out of it because I'm not using it anymore. So to get started, the first thing I usually do before I maintain all my equipment or any of my equipment is I like to give it a good clean. I like to get all the dust off, all the grass, all the grime. So I've gone ahead, I've used a bunch of cleaners and rags. I've gone ahead and used a lot of spray 9 just to get the grime off, shop rags. Pressure wash the wheels, did whatever I had to do to get the grime off just before we maintain it. I find if you have too much dust and stuff, it just gets into everything you're working on. You want to try and keep things clean. We're going to do an oil change. We're going to change the spark plug. We're going to change the air filter. And I'm probably going to take out the gas. I don't know how old it is. I know it's stabilized. I typically use 91 octane. It's ethanol free. I stabilize my fuel every winter, so it should be okay, but we're going to drain it anyway and put fresh gas in it. I've also gone ahead, I've taken off the blade, oiled it up. It needs to be sharpened. It's overdue by a lot. I'm gonna get that sharpened. When I put it back on, I'll show you guys how to put it on. It's just one nut. This little, I'll call it a keyway here, fits onto the shaft for these two holes, and it's pretty simple. It's a mulching blade, so these little wings, they go up into the mower to help the grass stay aloft as it's trying to mulch it and put it back into the earth. I've also taken off the handlebars. It's really easy. There's just 2 bolts on each side and a pin you pull. They just come right off. And here's the throttle cable just floating in there. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna drain the gas and then we're gonna drain the oil. Okay, so there's no real awesome way to do this. You just gotta use force. You gotta tip the mower over, dump it out. To keep gas from coming out the carburetor, shut off the gas line. So turn it perpendicular to the line, shuts it off, and we'll just unscrew the gas cap and dump it out. This might not go so well. We'll see. Oh, yeah. Smells okay. Oh, wait, doggy. Okay. Put the cap back on, keep everything clean. On this side. On this side is our oil. Undo your dipstick. Put that aside, somewhere clean and safe. Make sure you got some shop towels. Make sure they're on hand. I'm sure this is not going to be the cleanest job, but we'll see. And tip her over. Yikes. And it just goes all over the floor. Perfect. Now I like to dump a little bit of fresh oil into the engine just to help rinse out the old stuff that's left behind. And again, lift and hold. Okay, seems to be it. Okay, we're back up on the bench here, somewhere flat, to refill the engine oil. So we'll go to the manual, printed online. Here's the model number. On page 7 it says, use 4-stroke motor oil that meets or exceeds the requirement for API service category SJ or later. SAE 10W30 is recommended for general use. Okay. Put that here. If anyone wants to pause and have a look. Okay, so today I've got some Valvoline 10W30. It is API SP, so P comes after J, so this should be equivalent or better. Find a little funnel. Oil funnel. Okay, here is the high mark, here's the low mark. We're going to fill up till it goes to the high mark as measured without screwing it in. Go slow because it's at a bit of an awkward angle. And you don't want to overfill it because then you're going to have to go through the draining procedure again. And that's not that fun. So I'm going to drain this bottle I have left over from another oil change I had on my lawn tractor. I'm gonna let it settle for a bit and check the level. Okay, pull this out, see where we're at. Pull it out. It's hard to tell. I think we are just on the dipstick now. It's real hard to see. We're right at the tip. So, put more in. I think it's supposed to take close to half a quart. Open up our motor oil. Slowly pour some more in. Let it sit. I'm going to add a little bit more. We're just under the fill mark. Just another good little splash. That should do it. I'm going to let it settle for a little while. We're going to move on to other things. We'll come back and check it. Put the dipstick back on, tight down, so nothing gets in. Wipe up your mess. Okay, next thing we're going to replace is the spark plug, which is on the front. Can you see it here? Yeah, it's right there. Pull out spark plug wrench. I believe it is the 13/16, if I'm not mistaken. Pull the boot off. If you need to, use an extension to get in there. All right, put it on. Here's the plug. Put the boot protector back in. Fell off. There it is. Okay, it's an NGK BPR5ES. Hopefully it'll focus. BPR5ES. Okay. Gone to the hardware store. I already knew what it was. Here's the new one. This one's from our Canadian Tire. Just a power equipment. It's pretty popular. Pretty easy to find. I think it was $6 Canadian. The old one, we'll just compare the old one to the new one for depth, is really what I'm looking for. They should come pre-gapped, it should be fine. That crush washer is a little bit thicker, but everything looks to be about the same. So I like to try and hand thread mine in first, nice and easily, to make sure everything's not cross-threaded. I try to go as far as I can with it. This one's going really nicely. And then, once it's on, I will put the wrench to it, and I will snug it down a couple turns to wash that washer. Now it's real tight, I'll give it maybe another 1/8 to 1/4 of a turn. There. Okay. Put the spark plug boot back on, make sure it connects. There. That's your spark plug changed. Okay, last thing to change on this mower is the air filter. So I'll turn it around so you can see. Okay, this is the air filter. There's 2 little tabs you push down. Opens up. I've cleaned up in here already, best I can. There's tons of debris. Here's the old one. You know what, I had a Briggs & Stratton 491588S in here before. I usually change these once a year, just because it's easy, and it's only about $12 at Canadian Tire, so $12 Canadian, it's easy to change. Change it over for this one. Filter says it's for a Honda. Let's make just sure they're about the same size. Yeah, I think it's the right one. It says on here for Honda and Briggs & Stratton engines. Well, that makes sense. So let's open it up. The metal mesh goes on the inside towards the carburetor. Carburetor's there. Put that on. Seat it in place. There's like little hooks that you hook on the, oops, sorry, this one. Little hooks that you hook on the bottom tabs here. And then you just roll it up until she snaps back in. There you go. So the last thing I want to do to this machine for this year, and I'll just show one because you don't need to see them all, is the bearing, not the bearing, but the shafts for the wheels. These wheel shafts need to be re-greased. I don't think they've ever been done, to be honest with you. Okay, for this, take off the wheels here. It's only one nut on each. Uses a 9/16 socket. We'll take the big wheel off first. You know what, we'll do all 4, but I'll just show the one. It's all the same, just do it 4 times. There you go. It's got a little plate and protector in the back. Your bearings are in here. So not a whole lot to service. Sometimes your bearings might go bad. You'll need to replace them. These ones are spinning just fine, so we'll put some regular service axle grease on it. Just get messy. Apply liberally on top. I'll apply some to the back side of this bearing. There we go, put it back on. Put your nut back on. Snug it down. Okay, well, there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these wheels. I'm gonna put some fresh gas in. I'm gonna go ahead and get this blade sharpened. wherever it went, and get it on the bottom of the machine, and then we'll start it up, try it out. Okay, last thing is the blade. It goes like this into the mower with these little tabs facing up. We've got this little keyway that goes into the shaft of the mower. There's a key inside here, so it'll put it in the right door orientation for you. There's two little knobs, bolts, I don't know what you want to call them. Those guys go in to the ones on the corresponding bolts, holes on the blade, and there you go. Bolt goes up and in through and into the shaft. It's not reverse, it's regular thread on this lawnmower, but some might be reverse thread. Pretty easy to do. Just takes some messing around underneath. Put some grease on it, helps it a little bit. Get a block of wood to help you hold the blade from turning when you try to tighten it down. Okay, last thing to do is tighten down the blade. Wedge in something to help you keep from turning and cutting your hand. Make sure it sits flat. There you go. Tighten it down. Okay, I put fresh fuel in it. Checked everything over. Everything seems to be good. I'm going to do a little start test. Let it run for a couple of minutes, and then yeah, we'll be done. Hey, that's everything. That was easy to do maintenance. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. We're gonna enjoy giving this mower to my wife's cousin. I enjoy doing spring maintenance. I hope you do too. If you like what you see, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Okay, that's it. Okay. What am I gonna say? Banty? Banty. Hey, okay, that's everything.